Ava Max, welcome to the studio.
Yeah.
It is so nice to see you in person. Right into the mic. How are you?
You too. This is my first in-person interview since 2019, I think. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Kind of crazy.
How did you fare through the entire pandemic yourself, your family? You guys all okay?
We, I think we all got COVID. I got COVID 3 times, but I think we all, we're good now.
You got it three times?
Thank God, no long COVID. But
yeah, thank God.
yeah, I did. I got it 3 times.
Oh my gosh.
It's like I've gotten 3 different strands.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
man.
it's okay. I'm still here.
You're good, right? You're here.
I
think
No,
I held
just
the
got-
record with
she goes-
twice.
Yeah.
She goes, I got the last one yesterday, and so I'm here to say hi.
I mean, it's crazy because
Yeah.
as an artist, like you go around everywhere, and as an artist during photo shoots, you're the only one without a mask, so
Of course.
it's
Yeah,
hard
yeah.
not to get
Right.
it. But it's, we try our best.
Wow. It's weird because I never got it.
That's so amazing.
I know.
You must have some like freaking alien blood.
No, I don't know if it's
He might.
alien blood or just luck of the draw. I don't know. Brian, you never got it either, did you? No,
I
you
had
never
it
got
once.
it. You had it once. John had
Twice.
it
But you guys
twice.
seem calm. I feel like I'm nuts. Like I touch everything. I need to stop. Like,
Well, no, we wipe down a lot
we
of
make
stuff.
sure everything is clean.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
good. That's
Yeah,
good.
you might have noticed the mister you walked through when that was an antiseptic mister as
Oh
you
my
came in the
God,
studio
I
today.
smell the Lysol now.
Oh no, she smells Lysol.
Oh no, we were trying so hard to make sure that it smelled really good in here.
Oh my God, it smells. I'm passing out. No, I'm just kidding.
We had breakfast a little bit earlier, and we just
No
didn't want,
need.
we didn't want the smell of like
You know
food
what?
in here when
I
you came
eat
in.
breakfast burritos almost every morning. I don't know if you guys knew that, but I love the smell of food in the morning.
Okay.
Well, information that would have been handy a little while ago.
We can't have Ava Max smell our pancakes.
No, but yeah, I'm so happy to be back.
Well, let's
in
talk
person.
about the music. Let's get right to that, okay?
Yeah.
So maybe you're the problem. That's out right now.
Mm-hmm.
Jill heard it and feels like she can associate with these words in your lyrics.
They're very personal to me, and I have never written a song like this. I've always written, about female empowerment and about things I've gone through as a woman in the music industry with Kings and Queens and Who's Laughing Now, and kind of just making it through a tough time, like growing up, trying to make it in the industry. But this one is it's about a specific person, and last year it was one of the hardest years of my life, and personally I went through a lot, and this song was a song that kind of came out of me out of nowhere one morning when I was really upset, and I was in a session with my friends, and I got on the microphone and the words spilled out of me, and afterwards I was like, that felt good. They're like, play it back. I'm like, why? That was just me. It was kind of therapeutic. And they're like, no, play it back. And we played it back, and we all fell in love with the song. And we finished it, and now it's the first single of the second album.
So referencing, obviously, last year being a tough year, do you find yourself now in a much better spot? Or is it, and this is great for all of our mental health, is it more of a continuing growing process?
It's a growing process.
Yeah.
I don't think you get to like a wall and you're like, I've made it. Right. I'm perfect now. We all are always evolving. I really believe that. And you have to be open, open-minded. People, I feel like, are the happiest, right?
Yeah.
We shouldn't be shut off. And I learned that especially during the pandemic, because I had to grow a lot, because I had to be really patient with my music. Like I couldn't go on tour. I couldn't see my fans. I couldn't do anything. And I was in my living room when the year before I was in freaking 27 countries, So it was like, for me, it was a full halt. And I had to learn to balance that in my head.
Listening to it for the very first time, the first line goes, I'm like, oh yeah, I feel that. And the second line, I was like, yep. And just as the song just continued to go on, I just felt myself just saying, I could have written the song. And so it was so nice to not be alone in those feelings that you have, and to hear a song like that just resonates so much. I love it. I love how upbeat it is.
Yeah.
And just, I'm going to be singing it all day.
Thank you. The person opposite of us is always the problem. Am I right?
Yes, it's true.
I was going to comment, like seriously, Ava Max is here. We're going to play a new song in a second. As she listened to it, her eyes just kind of looked around the room. I'm like, where are they going to land? We all started like ducking down, like maybe
isn't
I'm
me,
the
right?
problem.
No.
No,
It's
like,
no
Am
one
I the
true.
drama?
You know
Right.
the saying where they're like, when you end a relationship, you're like, it's not you, it's me.
Right.
You're like, in your head, in reality, you're like, no, it is you. That's why I don't want to be with you. It is you. You're toxic. And so in the bridge, I flipped it on its head. Of what, you know what we really feel. It's not me. It's you. So bye-bye. You know? So that's how I felt in the moment. And I mean, it couldn't be more true to, I feel like a lot of people, because that's why we end things, right? I mean, it's never us.
I don't know necessarily the full backstory on you, so forgive me for that, because I came to you with, you know, oh, she's Sweet But a Psycho and stuff, and Kings and Queens and everything. And some of that house stuff. What's that house song you got out right now with Tiesto?
Oh, The Motto.
Holy cow, that's fast. I was trying to dance to it. I was feeling palpitations.
Thank you. I've never done a club record like that. And when I first heard it, Tiesto sent it to me. I was like freaking out. I'm like, this is a song that I wouldn't think to do in a million years. Like, I'm going to do it. This is incredible. And it was just a big opportunity, of course, with Tiesto. He's a legend.
Right.
And again, I didn't know what to expect at the time when I did the record. And
did you I don't know if there's any truth to this rumor or not. Did you say in your face, Charlie Puth? When you got, with his very fast record, it's very fast, right? And Charlie was saying he had the fastest record.
He was taking some pride because he thought the Light Switch would be the fastest song on our station.
Right.
That might be given a run for its money now.
I don't know, Charlie, because I do make really fast songs.
Very fast songs.
We got to compete, Charlie. Where you at?
So when I was talking about like coming to you with Sweet But Psycho and stuff, what was the evolution for your music career before that really hit and people really started to know who you were? What were you doing before that?
Before Sweet But Psycho?
Yeah.
I was wishing on every star, every night, just hoping that one day enough people would hear my music and I could, you know, live my dreams. And now here I am. I pinch myself every day. You know, it's a hard industry, you know, and a lot of people obviously think it's like overnight. Like nothing is overnight. Honestly, nothing is overnight. It doesn't even matter if you're, you know, like even with Olivia Rodrigo, they think it's overnight. It's not overnight. She's probably been wanting this and working towards this forever. And I think that's what people don't get. It's like years and years of hard work and sweat. Even like since I was 8 years old, I was doing singing competitions, you know?
Oh my gosh.
And it's just all the work behind that. And, you know, manifesting is essentially work at the end of the day, right?
When did you decide? Because I mean, I find that fascinating, actually. You're 8 years old doing singing competitions and stuff. Was it a musical family that you grew up in?
Yeah.
It was?
My dad played piano for like 8 years.
Oh, gosh.
And
Okay.
he taught me a little bit, and then I got a piano teacher, and I loved it. A lot of work, though. I remember just like being at the piano crying and then like loving it and then hating it and then loving it and hating it. And then singing, when I started singing with my mom, because my mom sang opera, it was just like everything. I fell in love with singing.
Wow.
Loved it.
That's a crazy family thing. Mom's doing opera, dad's on the piano and stuff. Did you feel the pressure to excel? Did they want you to become a musician? What was the hopes and dreams?
No, they just wanted me to love what I did, and I think I did at the time. You know, I loved singing, and then my mom's just like, if you really love it, just go down in the basement and sing like 100.
Oh, you weren't good, were you at the
songs.
time? They sent you to the basement?
No, basement was my karaoke room. I
Got
loved
it. Okay,
the
so that was
basement.
good.
I would go to the basement. I loved the basement.
Right. Okay.
Well, we called it the basement. It was a room that was like a kind of a play kids room, and like I would go down there and like have my whole karaoke set up, and it was so much fun. But my mom's like, you know, if you love it and you want to be good at it, you should just like just keep practicing, you know? So I just kept like going and going. The neighbors hated us because it was just, I Want to Dance with Somebody, Vision of Love, Mariah Carey, like all the biggest Evanescence, like screaming at the top of my lungs. Yeah, I went outside for a second because I usually just, again, lived in that basement singing. And the neighbors just, you know, didn't even say hi.
Oh my gosh.
You know, I was very loud.
This is so random. What's it like playing piano with nails?
Now?
Yeah, I sliced my finger the other day, and I had to wear a Band-Aid, and I was playing some piano at home. I grew up playing the piano as well. And I like had this glimpse of an epiphany of like what it would be
It's
like
hard.
to play with nails. And I saw you do it in TikToks all the time.
Yeah, how do you
It's
do it?
definitely harder, but it's like, you know, I've played piano all my life, so it's kind of easy for me to like kind of maneuver. But again, it is difficult.
I bet.
It takes a little bit longer to learn with nails.
That's crazy. I didn't even realize it until John pointed that out. They are super long.
Yeah, I've never really seen someone play
You
piano
gotta
with
kind of
nails
go
in my
like
life.
that. You gotta kind of go with like the middle of
Right,
your
you can't
finger.
like curl your finger like the
Nope.
piano teachers tell you in the beginning.
No, none of that.
By the way, John's a really good piano player. He came over to my house for Christmas. We had a
my
little Christmas
God.
get together, and we have a nice little baby grand in there.
Ooh.
And I learned, Yeah, 4 or 5 measures of Richard Marx right here waiting.
The best 4 or 5 measures, though.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Couple of chords of Billy Joel, little Adele. I got 4 measures of everything, right? And then I go, no, I can't do it anymore. Stop. So I do that. And people are like, oh, wow, you play piano. Then this guy sits down, cranking out Tchaikovsky or something on there.
I mean, it's
and
no
he's
Ava
just
Max
nailing
level,
it.
Oh my God.
Embarrassing
no.
me.
You're probably better than I am. I
doubt
sing
that.
more now than I play piano, so. But I'd love to hear you play.
One day we'll make it happen.
Yeah.
Where's that keyboard?
It's in the office. I knew you'd say that, but it's not in here.
The
It's
whole
the whole
thing.
thing. We'll do it when she's walking out. We'll take her in there, and John can play on piano.
Oh, man.
Then I could
And
just
impress
sit
her.
and for the first time not perform and just.
No, you have to sing
enjoy.
along. It's a whole big thing. So what's next for you? So we got the album we're talking about here, the single, Maybe You're the Problem. Is there an album as well coming out?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. How much of that is done? How much is still being worked on?
It's done.
Oh, it's all done.
Yeah, it's done. The album's done, and I'm very, very excited to share it with the world. It again
Yeah.
is like, it's gonna make you cry and dance at the same time.
Right.
Because again, I didn't want to make slow songs. I wanted to make dance music, but at the time I was upset. So like, it was just like, I don't know. There's a lot on the album. There's a little bit for everybody. So if you're not gonna like one song that's maybe pop disco, you're gonna like another. It's 90s house pop. So it's like I wanted to incorporate different genres in the pop world, and I'm just really excited. It's everything I used to listen to, you know, all put together on one album.
And is this album a little more personal, like this song
Oh yeah,
is?
this is the most personal album. I mean, the last album was personal in a different way. This is more about something I never share, which is my personal life. I
So
mean,
why is that?
because it's what I went through last year.
Yeah, that's tough. Okay.
I was in a very, very long relationship, and no one knew. So
When you sing about something so personal, as you're repeating those songs over and over and over again, do you kind of relive that moment every time, or does it almost desensitize you to some of those feelings?
if you sing it over and over again, I think sometimes, yeah, it does desensitize you. But when I'm writing it, like that's when I'm just like,
The most vulnerable.
man, that's tough. Or when I'm listening back to it, it's tough. When I'm singing it, it's a little bit easier because I can kind of, the noise of the production, everything can get me somewhere else. But when I'm listening back, that's when I'm just like, oh God, yeah, that's sad.
Just save those lyric sheets, those sheets that you jot down those notes on and stuff like that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
have a notepad.
Kind of like a little diary of your life.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
And it's got to feel good when, you know, when fans hear the album and they get to know the songs and you're out on tour and they are singing those lyrics back to you. Some are crying, you know, some are feeling it, just knowing like you have reached these people. Like I was reached with just this song,
Thank
but that's got to just feel like, okay, I'm so glad I shared. So glad I
Yes.
went through that.
I mean, it's the best thing when fans can relate because then you feel even more connected. And I think it's important for people to relate. If people can't relate, then it's even like hard for me I couldn't relate to my own music. So at the end of the day, it's like writing your own music is number one. I think like the moment I started writing when I was like 14 years old, I just like, it brought me to a different like place, I feel like, in my head. And I've always wanted to write my own songs, and it's the best feeling.
Do you ever go back and look at those lyric sheets when you were 14 and critique yourself and your writing abilities?
I've heard the old
Yeah.
demos.
Yeah.
I had a song called Treat Me Like a Lady that I wrote.
Okay.
And I was 14. Yeah. It's not hilarious. It's a little strange. It's a little strange. I was a little weird. I was a little weird kid.
That's so funny. Well, thanks for coming in. We appreciate this.
Thank you for having me.
No,
Thank you.
I'm
And for
glad
all
you're-
the support always.
Well, I'm glad you're back in the circuit. I'm glad you're out doing stuff. I'm glad we can have these in-person moments. Yeah.
Thank you.
Ava Max.